Hello, YouTube friends and family. Happy Thanksgiving, or as I call it, repast for my ancestors day. So I am celebrating the lives of my ancestors that were lost. I am making collard greens, and some people don't know how to make collard greens. I've been making them since I was 12 years old. And I'm almost 50, somewhere close to there. So, I have in the pan smoked neck bones and smoked turkey wings. You can use any kind of smoked meats, but you see I have a lot of it in here. I'm going to share my secret ingredient in this video, so stay tuned till almost the end, or till the middle at least. I'm going to boil these while I clean my greens. I'm going to get them a slow rolling boil till they're almost about to fall off the bone. And if they are falling off the bone, you could pick some of the bigger bones out. But I'm going to get this started, and I'll show you how to cut up the greens too. Okay, friends, I'm back. Trying to clean the greens. Note to self. I got these last night, yesterday, 3. It's now 4 here. So over 24 hours ago. And they're a little wilty because I didn't put them in the fridge. They were plumper than this, but they're still okay to eat. And I cut the rubber band off. And this one, for those in Jacksonville, this is one bunch of greens. One bunch. And it was $2.99 at Star Meats. So, what I do, if you can see on the camera, there's little white flies. Oh my goodness. So I go ahead. Oh my gosh, my house gonna be full of white flies. So I go ahead and start stacking leaves. So here's my stack of leaves. And I am pulling them off the stems for the most part. And I have my bag down here to put my stems in. I don't know if I like that leaf as much. And I'm checking the leaves too for big bugs, because I'm going to wash them, of course. But you go ahead and start stemming the leaves. I do not like a lot of stems in my greens. And the meat is still boiling away. And so you do a little stack. Kind of check them. But these are some dirty greens. But it's going to be plenty of them. And no, I didn't have any grown yet. But maybe by Christmas, I'll be able to grow some from the back, cook some from the backyard. So I take half this. And over here, I don't know if you could see. Let me bring you over. Over here, I got my sink. I'm putting water in. I'm going to put water, plug it up, put water, vinegar, and salt to help clean those greens off. So that's what I'm doing, filling up that sink. And back to here. Okay. I didn't even get a knife. I wasn't ready. Let's see. Your nice knife. And I want that to be cold water so the dirt will fall off of it. So get a nice knife. And what you do, spread these out and you roll the greens. Now there was a time when I would just use a bunch of already clean greens, but they have gone outrageously expensive. But even with those, you still need to wash them. So go ahead and chop them up. And see these rings I'm making? And sometimes if the leaves are huge, you just may make a little cut down that way. Either or. Some people cut them up in the pot after too. and make them even finer, but I don't want greens that small. But see how I'm making like the inch? So the rings are that big. Hopefully you're getting a good view of that. So I will keep doing this until I've done the whole bunch. I will add a lot of salt to the water and a lot of vinegar to the water. Just some old cheap vinegar from Dollar Tree. And some sea salt to help get the dirt off. So I'm just putting a good little bit of that. And let it sit in the sink. We're going to wash them like 3 or 4 times this way. Wash, let the water out, wash, let the water out. Once I get them all in. So let me do one more round of cutting for you. Make sure you get it. Strip. Strip. These little pieces off the side here, just throw them in the center. So, and since it's only 2 of us, like if there's any left, I can either put them up in the freezer. Nothing's wrong with some freezer greens. Take them down for Christmas if it's too many. Or, but I don't think it's gonna be because it's just one bunch. So, or I can save them for New Year's. If it gets down to New Year's and I don't feel like doing the full shebang, I do have my greens done before the New Year's come in. So that would count as my New Year's greens because it's before the New Year's comes in. And there's nothing different about it. Yeah, I'm watching my hand in this knife. But there's nothing different. I don't taste the difference when they've been frozen because my greens are so good to begin with. So stay tuned for that secret ingredient that will get you the perfect greens every time. And hopefully I can find them on Amazon and link them, but we'll see. I'll know by the time I show it to you. If not, I can still tell you where to get it from. I wonder what these white flies going to do up in here. I don't want to see them flying around tomorrow. But, okay, stay tuned. And we'll go ahead and put them in, finish washing. I'll bring you along for some washing and scrubbing. And then we'll put it in the pot with the seasoning. Again, the meat is already boiling and going until I get all the greens washed and clean. And that's like the perfect timing to get it all done. So stay tuned. The casualties of cleaning your own greens. This is real life, real fresh. There's a worm crawling up my arm. I'm going to get it off. Just wanted you to see that. Okay, folks, we're back again. I'm on my second wash after worm gates. I'm going to wash these things about 5 times. So I'm going to put the vinegar and salt in every wash until I run out, because as you can see, I'm about out of this. So that's my second wash, but this wasn't full to begin with. And then some sea salt. See how much I'm putting in? And fill back up the sink with cool, cold water, not hot, because you don't want to start blanching your greens with hot water. And you're in here, you're gonna work it round, get it down in the water, make sure it's covered with water. And I do all this, I scrub. like I'm scrubbing laundry, because I want them clean, clean, clean. And you see that one bunch made a lot of greens. So we're going to do this about 2 or 3 more times to make sure they're clean. But yeah, we got to get all that sand, grit. The vinegar will help kill any bugs that's still around, and it'll go ahead and wash them off. It'll help loosen up the grit too. So still cleaning, and it'll help disinfect anything that might be infectious. So still cleaning, and we will be back soon. And the the meat is over there boiling and bubbling, so it's almost ready. Perfect timing. After I finish washing, I'm going to put this in a salad spinner, and in batches before I add them to the pot to get the dirty water off or whatever, and make sure they're not overly wet, adding to the broth in the pot, because I don't want no green soup. I don't want the green soup. I want collard greens. So enough water to kind of steam them and cook them down, not covering them. So we get it in the salad spinner in batches and spin it off. And that'll help make sure they're clean too by that last run through the salad spinner. So stay tuned. Okay, folks, we're back again. Here's the greens. I cooked the meat down, but it was not falling off the bones. So I'll let it continue to cook, but it's still some good pot liquor in there. That's what they call pot liquor up in there. And it's still, the meat's still in there cooking. It's starting to break down a little bit, but I did have some frozen. But see, it's coming off. It's coming apart. See all that lusciousness? So that, I haven't added any seasonings yet, because I was on the telephone and I say I got to show the people the secret seasoning. So I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to put a tablespoon of better than bouillon. So I got the beef, so that's what we're using. I'm going to put a tablespoon of, like a little teaspoon of that or whatever, just to add a little extra flavor. I'm going to put, oh, I forgot. Pause 1 second. Let me. Okay, so I saved my bacon grease. I got some bacon grease here. I'll save it in a little container. I'm going to put like a spoon or 2 full of bacon grease. But here is the secret magic ingredients. You can buy this. It's called Spice Supreme Greens Seasoning. You can put this on sauteed kale, any greens. I use about half the bottle. You can buy this at the Rose IGA. If they sell it on Amazon, I will link it below. But this is me with one hand. So we have green seasoning. Also good, oh gosh, it won't focus, on salad and veggies. But what I do, you see how much in there? It's almost half full. I put half the jar. I'll scrape the rest of that out with the knife that's stuck. But I put at least half a bottle, maybe even a little more. And when you catch this, you can buy it either at Rose IGA or Rose's, if you have one of those in your area. At Rose's, if you catch it, it's the cheapest. It's going to be like $1, $1.25. Buy a few, because you see you use a half a bottle or more in one pot of greens. So I'm going to add that. I added that. Finish that jar off. Going to add like a tablespoon of bacon grease. A teaspoon of the beef base. And I'm going to pour about, let's say, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, maybe a little more. But I eyeballed it. I don't measure them. But let me also show you what I did with the greens. So it's still some in the sink. I have this salad spinner. This is me with one hand. I have this salad spinner. So I see how clean this water is. I still test it with my hand to test for grits and make sure it's pretty clean. Then I fill the salad spinner and do one salad spinner full at a time. The pot was getting a little, full, so you let it cook down some. And by the end of the night of me cooking these greens, it's only going to be half a pot left. So I get this salad spinner from IKEA. They last for years. They last for years. So when you look down in the water, you don't see a whole lot of dirt. The water's floating to the bottom. So that's how I like to get these greens clean. So yeah, it was a bug. It was a worm. We had worm gate crawling up my arm. But I am sure to get these things clean. So let me pause and put you down for a second while I show you how clean the water is in the salad spinner. I've done a couple of spins with the salad spinner. You really don't see any grit. I see 1 to 2 pieces of grit in there, but I've spun them off. Clean greens. So you got to make sure you get those greens clean. Stay tuned and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, YouTube friends and family, what this look like to you? Amazing. Delicious. I already had a bowl. Me and cameraman just ate a bowl of greens for dinner. You can kind of leave these on the stove tonight if you don't have room in the fridge. And since they're piping hot, don't put them in the fridge. You can just leave them on the stove. By the time they cool off, it'll be morning and you can reheat them. And they are so delicious. Put a little hot sauce on them. A little cornbread. So I hope you like this video. I hope you learned something new today. And you have a great holiday. I do thank you so much for watching. And remember, prep and pray and plant a seed, plant a seed, plant a seed. I do thank you for watching. Bye-bye.